snatch to demonstrate this, and then I will also go back and demonstrate the 3 pulls in relation to the clean. So, starting off with the snatch, we're going to go into our first pull position. Now, the first pull is all about getting that bar from the floor to about mid-thigh height, all right? Or I like to think about it as just above my knees, all right? So when we hit our first pull, what we want to do is make sure lats are engaged, chest is up, eyes are up, our knees are back so we can feel the tension in our hamstring, and then we're going to lift, leading with our chest and keeping that bar nice and close to our body. Our first pull needs to be really slow and controlled, all right? And the reason for that is if we keep it slow and controlled and we start to move through that lift, the bar automatically stays super close to our body, which makes the second and third pull a lot more achievable, alrighty? If we don't go slow at the start, what ends up happening is that our butt shoots up and then we start to lever through our back. Now, firstly, we're going to lose a lot of power in our lift because we're using our back instead of using our hips. And secondly, the bar is really far away from me. So if I continue with this lift, it's going to be forward, and for me to catch it, I'm going to have to jump forward and hopefully lock it out, and the chances of missing it are pretty high, alrighty? So, with the first pull, what we want to do is go slow to the knees and then explode into the rest of the lift. So I'm just going to show you what the slow pull would be into a full snatch, alright? So we set up, chest up, lats engaged, we're going to go slow, and then pull into that full lift, and then drive up, alrighty? That's the first pull. Let's chat about the second pull. So the second pull starts where the first pull finishes, all right? So we've got our first pull that comes up just to about mid-thigh, and now this is where the second pull starts. The second pull is initiated with our hips coming through, and we're getting our hips nice and open. Once they're locked, we're gonna shrug with our shoulders, and then continue the pull with our arms. We're gonna pull as high as we can with this bar to get it into a position that is optimal for our third pull, all right? Or another way is to think about pulling that bar to the apex of the lift, all right? Before we have to start heading underneath the bar. All right, I hope I haven't confused you too much on that. So with the second pull, starts from where the first pull finishes. We're gonna come through with our hips first, shrug, pull with our arms as high as we can, which puts us into position for the third pull. And the third pull is about us pulling ourselves underneath the bar to catch in our receiving position, all right? So, to recap, we've got our first pull, slow to the knees, and then we're gonna explode into that second pull. We're gonna pull to the apex, and then we're gonna turn under by pulling ourselves underneath the bar and hitting that snatch in the receiving position, alrighty? Those are the 3 pulls of the snatch, first, second, third. Now let's talk about the clean. Mechanically, it all stays the same, but obviously the clean ends at our chest height. It doesn't go overhead. So, we got our clean grip. We're gonna set up into position. Again, we're gonna go slow to the knees. Once we pass the knees of that first pull, now we're into our second pull territory. Our hips come through. We shrug. We pull the bar up as high as we can. Now we're at the apex of the lift. We're gonna pull ourselves underneath the bar to hit that clean and then drive up into that clean position, alrighty? So remember, with the 3 pulls, each one are just as important as each other, but also know that each one stacks on the one previous. If you fuck the first pull, the second pull is going to be shit, the third pull is going to be worse, alrighty? But if you nail that first pull, the likelihood of you hitting the second and third, very much better is what I'm trying to get at. Alright, so those are the 3 pulls, first, second, and third. If you have any more questions, please don't hesitate to hit up one of the coaches, and we'll see you in class. Bye.